Okay, so once again, utilizing Camtasia here, and once again we're on Excel. The prior video showed how to do a pie chart. Very simple, very easy. And we're going to do a bar graph here, which is just as good, just as easy, just a different way of displaying information, displaying data. So just like before, we have to input some data. So we're going to go into our Excel spreadsheet here, our very first cell there. Let's give this a title once again. Let's call it once again Civil War Casualties. Okay, go to our next cell. Students are going to be required to research and find out about Civil War battles once again, but it doesn't always have to be battles. It could be any category and any data. So if let's say you're talking about North and how much money was damaged or how much money the North spent. Okay, North, say $1 million. Okay, then the South, say $2 million, and then the border states or the Western territories and how much money they spent. So it could be anything. So the challenge here is to come up with categories and data that is affiliated, or in other words, data that is connected to those categories. So let's stick to Civil War battles for now, and that's probably the easiest thing that students will find when it comes to research. So looking up 5 significant battles. I'm going to make some up here. Once again, battle, let's call it 1, battle 2, battle 3, battle 4. Alright, and let's say, okay, since we're dealing with casualties, battle 1, let's say, making up numbers again, had 5,000 casualties. Battle 2 had, let's say, 7,000. Battle 3 had 10,000. And once again, these numbers may seem awfully high, but that's what the Civil War was all about, America's bloodiest war. And look at this number, Battle 4. And there really was such a battle that had 50,000 casualties. That is not an error, 50,000 casualties. So to create our bar graph again, we need to select our data. 2 ways to do it. You could use the mouse and hold down the mouse and click and drag and highlight your information, or you could hold down the shift key and then use the arrow keys on the keyboard, down arrow, and then over to the right arrow. That highlights, or in other words selects, all your data. Your data must be selected every time you create a pie chart or a bar graph. So we're going to go to Insert, and once again, same rules apply if you are using Excel 2010. So click in on Insert. Just a second here. Go to our bar graph. Go ahead and select a nice one. I like the 3D bar graph. You could select any that you prefer. I like the 3D bar graph. And there's our bar graph. Okay, attractive. There are different things you can do to play around with it to make it look more appealing, but you can feel free to play with that and tinker with the software. It's easy. It's no big deal if you mess it up. It takes you no time at all to create a brand new bar graph. Alright, so you will be required for Civil War to create a pie chart, and you will be required to create a bar graph. If there are any questions or issues, please utilize the discussion forum and post your concerns and questions there. Good luck and have fun.